What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dave Mo Flips. You already know what it is. TMOS 100%. First and foremost, before we get into this video, which is really just like me begging with you to do things differently, I want to say God bless. I hope this video is finding you in good health and wealth. And without further ado, let's just get right into this, all right? I'm driving right now. As a lot of you guys know, I was sick for a little while there. And as part of my, I guess, healing process, if you will, I have to go see this doctor once a month. I got to go get labs drawn once a week, which is an improvement from twice a week. I'm back at work, feeling really good. The medications got me putting on some weight, but I got to be honest with you. I don't need medication to put on weight. I'm just a fat bastard, and that's just how I get down. I try to change, but man, look. So let's talk about this. Boom. Car flipping. My dudes, my girls, let me tell you this. YouTube has a way of like getting people to jump on the bandwagon, okay? So, I'm going to say this, almost, we're on video. Everyone, excluding myself, has bought and sold cars illegally. You bought them, you flipped them, you either put them in your name or you didn't put them in your name. If you did put them in your name, I'm sure you didn't pay what you actually, I'm sure you didn't write down what you actually paid for it. And when you sold it, I'm sure that you sold it for $500 to the buyer. Okay, let's get that out of the way. We're on video, so you know what I'm saying. This new, if you remember a while ago, Copart was like the shit, you feel me? Like everybody wanted to do a Copart video. If you had Copart, and even to this day, if you put Copart in your title, it gets a lot more traction. The reason why Copart was so good on YouTube was everyone and their mother had an account, all right? Because it was open to the public. Now, I say that to say this. Open to the public means that you were able to buy to pay a broker to do the bidding for you. So basically, it was someone who had a license, like myself, and I set it up where here's the license. You can go on the Copart's website and buy it and bid on the cars. Or they had like a RSS feed or something to that effect where you could use their website and bid on the cars live. Now you need a deposit and some other things to do it, but it opened up the market for anybody who was willing to pay these fees. Copart knows that behind closed doors, these things happen at almost every single auction. But they embraced it. They said, hey, we welcome it. They actually had a list of people you could go to in your area to do this.
In 2 miles, take exit 52 for Fletcher Avenue, County Road 582A toward University, South Florida.
I've been here. Like, my mind is wild, bro. So, Copart embraced it and let people do it and turned it into something. Look at that narc right there. So, at any rate, always spot them, man. Always. Some shit just it's just with you. But any which way, he just popped his cherries on too to get that car to move out of his way. I hate when they do that shit. But any which way, he's got me jammed up. So, yeah, so Copart, they embraced it, all right? And that's just what they did. And you know, salute to them. God bless them. They're doing their thing. They're making their money. You can't say nothing about that. So everyone was making videos about Copart. From, you know, Sam Crack was probably one of the pioneers with it, at least successful at it. And then you had Auto Auction Rebuilds, who tried it, and he tried to kind of flip cars at the same time and realized he's not really a car dealer, but he did realize that using Copart as an outlet, he was able to make more money selling cars.
In half a mile, take exit 52 for Fletcher Avenue, County Road 582A right? Toward University, South Florida.
Which is awesome. So you have that. then we went into a phase where everyone wanted exotics, right? And I remember watching, so I'll let my television play in the background, and I
Take
remember
exit 52,
watching
then merge onto North Central
a video
Avenue.
where it was Cali Muscle, Tall Guy Reviews, and Mr. Organic. Now, I don't know whose channel it was on, but the three of them were getting some stuff done to their cars. And Cali Muscle at the time, I guess...
Merge onto North Central Avenue, then turn right onto East Fletcher
I apologize
Avenue.
if you don't want to see the video, because I just need this to tell me where I'm going. So, with that being said, they were talking about it, and...
Take the second right onto East Fletcher Avenue.
Tall Guy had mentioned that, you know, he had a great platform to begin with, but his platform really took off when he bought his exotic, whether it was a Lambo or a McLaren or a Ferrari, something to that effect. Mr. Organic has a fleet of really nice cars from, I think he does have a Lambo or something like that. I think that the Lambo is now the YouTube's Honda Civic. I know he's got a G-Wagon. I know he's got a Rolls Royce. And they were talking to Cali Muscle, telling him, look, you got to do this. Your channel's going to take off, blah, 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 blah. And Cali Muscle was more of like a fitness person who changed his channel from fitness to kind of more of a vlog into whatever you would call these types of channels that do whatever they want to do with no rhyme or reason. So, with that being said, that was the second time, right? So now these guys are doing this, and everyone's getting their Lambos on, and you know, you got DDE, but they've been doing it for a minute. Then it started to transition, right? And it transitioned to the Hellcat, right? And then everyone wanted the Hellcat, the red eye. You know, I noticed not too many people were fucking with the Demon, right? Like, I don't know if they just couldn't afford the Demon or the Demon wasn't readily available, but when I look at the Demon versus the Hellcat, I'm like, well, why would I go for second best? I'd rather take the Demon. But again, that's just me, and I'm not an individual who's necessarily into those types of cars. I don't fit in exotics, and going fast has never been my thing. I'm always an individual that looked at it like, you know, people are going to wait for me to get there. And if they don't wait, that's on them. You know, that's always been my mentality ever since I was a young buck. You know what I mean? Like, I never rushed for nobody. So
head southwest toward East Fletcher Avenue, then slight right onto East Fletcher Avenue.
With that being said, I was never really into...
Take the next right onto East Fletcher Avenue.
So I'm on East Fletcher, girl. What you want me to do, man?
Continue on East Fletcher Avenue for 3 miles.
With that being said, I'm not a go fast guy, and it's funny because I said this in other videos. Someone had told me in the past, like, you know why dudes buy cars to go fast? And I said to the guy, I was like, nah, I really don't. And I think at the time a car had flew by the dealership, and it was really loud, but it wasn't going fast. Probably had it in second gear, revving the fuck out of it, you know. But anyway, I'm like, nah, you know, I don't know why. And he was like, because they want to impress other dudes. And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, the majority of chicks don't care how fast your car goes, because a Hellcat looks pretty much just like a Charger with a little dress-up kit that you can buy. Why do you think Mercedes has the M kit that you can buy for your car without actually buying the M? Because they realized, hey, you know what? This car looks really good. Let's just not do the power plant, but let's add a feature where you get all the other stuff around that, right? And they make a killing with it, let's be honest. Because, as this guy said, you know, now there's a lot of women out there that do care, but most women don't. They just like a flashy car or whatever kind of car you pull up in, and some girls don't even like cars, so that's not entirely fair. But we're broad stroking things here, okay? So now, I said vegan on his tag. So he's dedicated. He probably got leather seats. So anyway, with that being said, the next craze that we're on right now, and again, I'm gonna attest this to Lucky's Wheels and Deals. He came out with like a Chevelle, like about a year ago. He bought his Chevelle, and you know, his old school. And now, if you're watching other YouTubers, you could see the transition coming to old schools. And you're going to notice, I believe, a lot more people doing old schools. So you guys get the point of what's going on here, okay? YouTube does something, people follow the leader, and it creates more buzz, and everyone gets in on it, and that's what it is. Now, here's where the warning's coming to you guys. I'm noticing a lot more people getting involved with flipping cars. Yo, God bless. If you know anything about me and my channel, I want you guys to make money. I want you guys to be out here hustling and doing your thing. But the truth of the matter is, I'm watching these guys' videos just to see how they're doing it, and I'm realizing not one of them are talking about dealer's license. They're straight up and down talking about, and there's going to be a part 2 to this video, okay, just so you guys know, where I'm going to give examples, like, actually with their video in the background, okay? Squirrel. So, they're going so far as to tell you how to title the car and not pay taxes on it, okay? None of them were talking about dealer's licenses or anything like that. My fear is, in the last day or two, 3 or 4 different individuals popped up on my feed, and they're all doing extremely well. Why are they doing well? Because everyone wants to make money. Everyone wants to sell cars, and there's no easier way, take it from me, to sell cars than to sell them with what I call open titles, okay? An open title is basically title skipping. It's however you want to say it. I call it open title. When you buy a car from this individual over here, you give them some excuse why you can't sign the title. You then sell it to this person over here, and you tell that person, oh yeah, it's my cousin's car, it's my wife's car, it's whoever's car. Most of the time, people that are buying the cars don't really care because they're getting a good deal on the car, all right? So, what did we do here? We basically broke the law because we never registered the car, or so, we never took possession of it, right? We also broke the law because the amount of money that we made in the interim, we're probably not reporting, because if we were reporting it, we would have done it the correct way. So that means that you're now going to be guilty of tax evasion. Okay, is it a big deal? Yeah, motherfucker, it's a big deal. You do not want to play with the IRS. And again, I'm not trying to piss in anyone's Cheerios this morning. I'm looking out for my team. All right? As far as I'm concerned, if outsiders want to do what they want to do, you want to break the law, go ahead, break it. I don't care. And like Nori said, but remember, when you get caught, I don't care. You gotta keep in mind, you're a criminal or you're not. There is no in between. There is no halfway criminals. You either break the law or you don't. If you're breaking the law a little bit, you're breaking the law. That's it. They're gonna railroad you because they know, chances are, you have something to live for. If you guys have ever gone through this system, I can tell you this right now. An individual that has a career, assets, money, those are the ones that the boys is out today. Those are the ones that they're gonna go after. The individual who presents himself to have nothing, doesn't give a damn, isn't gonna roll over and snitch. We're just gonna get the lawyer, we're gonna cut the best deal, we're gonna do our time, we're gonna come home, and we're gonna be happy, right? Those are the ones that don't necessarily get railroaded. But these guys that are talking about flipping cars the way they are, when they go down, they're going down hard. And I don't want to judge
in a
a
quarter
book
mile, use the left 2 lanes to turn left after Wells Fargo Bank on the left onto Florida 597 South, State Highway 597.
They're looking like they might be eating a lot of salad in prison. I'm just saying. All right? You know, they could be the toughest guys in the world, but it doesn't seem like that. And again, you never want to judge a book by a cover, but I just did it, so screw it. So with that being said, now you have another choice. Oh, well, Dave, I do it legal. Oh, all right, my G, talk to me. How do you do it legal? Tell me how you do it legal. Well, I buy the car, I put it in my name, and then I sell it to somebody else, and then I make them sign the title. It's in their name. yo, that's perfect. The problem is, in most states, you can only do so many. In most states, they tell you if you're buying a car with the sole purpose of making money on it, like Florida, you need a car dealer's license. A car dealer's license, if you get caught flipping cars without it, is a fine and tax evasion investigation. I'll pay the fine. Don't get me involved with the IRS. So, all right. So my question to that individual is this. Seeing as how you did not break the law, right? So what did you put on the bill of sale? When you came out with that 2015 Rogues right here in front of me, that $12,000-$13,000 wholesale car, what did you put on the bill of sale when you went to register it and had to pay taxes on it? Oh, you only put down that you spent $3,000 on it. All right. Oh, you put down that you spent $5,000 on it. Okay. Oh, it was gifted to you. Okay. So you basically spent 1/3 of the car's value. And
use the left 2 lanes to turn left after Wells Fargo Bank on the left onto Florida 597 South, State Highway 597.
You're cheating the government out of taxes. So
continue
now,
for 7 miles.
You're going to sell this car. Okay. Well, one of the benefits of selling private cars is the paperwork, or lack thereof. Okay? I can almost guarantee you, and this is a past conversation I actually had with a subscriber, and I pleaded with that individual to stop doing this. They would write on the title, on the bill of sale for the individual, that they only paid $500 for the car. Okay? So what happens now? You get caught down the road, and the IRS looks like, oh shit, you bought 10 cars. All 10 cars that you purchased were well under whatever they use to assess the value of a car. But for argument's sake, let's just go with KBB. It was well under the value, okay? So now they're going to be like, all right. Then when you sold them all for a loss, a significant loss, because you wrote whatever on the title. They're not going to be interested in the individuals that purchased the cars from you, because that's only one individual buying one vehicle, and it's not really worth their time. Now, there has been an instance where I've read that the tax collector has sent a letter and said, hey, we went over this, and it seems that you've paid a significant amount under what we consider to be KBB. So, you are going to owe us the difference of what we think the car is worth. Here's why you get into trouble, and there's multiple reasons why you get into trouble, but here's one of the red flags. You're buying cars for 1/3 of the price, or that's what you're saying, right, to save money on taxes. You're buying that car, and then you're taking it to your local DMV or tax collector's office, registering and insuring it instead of just titling it, okay? So now you just let them know, because you put a tag on the car, chances are the car runs and drives to a certain degree. You probably don't have a bunch of receipts from a mechanic spot that you could say, oh yeah, I bought this car, but it needed work. Therefore, I didn't need the title, right? But I didn't need the tag, but you didn't do that. You just registered and insured it the regular way. You got your tag, and you drove, whatever. Okay. So now they're looking into it, and they're like, well, you did this car, this car, this car, this car, this car, this car. Then you not only screwed us on the dollar amount that you said you paid, but you also screwed us by lying on the paperwork. It is the seller's responsibility to provide accurate statement on the purchase price of the vehicle. Okay, that's why you have to fill it out. That's why you fill it out, and not the individual. So now what they're going to say is, okay, you owe us this amount for when you lied to us when you purchased it. Now you owe us this amount when you lied and you sold it. Is there criminal actions? Yes. If I'm not mistaken, it's a federal offense to do that on a title. Guys, again, I am not pissing in your Cheerios. If you're going to do stuff, do it. But understand, when places like YouTube, such a huge outlet, starts to shine light on what's going on, it's going to spark the interest of certain individuals in power that it's their job to crack down on people that do things like this, okay? So, is there ways around it? Yes, there are definitely ways around it. You're still breaking the law. You could still get caught. You can make the case a lot harder for them. But I don't want to get into that. And I definitely don't want to get into that on video. All right? If you're going to do criminal activities, think like a criminal. I'm going to say this to you, okay? When I knew people that were involved in criminal activities, the thing that I'm going to say they did best was this. They never looked at what it was they were doing. They looked at how they'd get caught. They looked at all the other people that had gotten caught doing whatever it was that they were doing, okay? And they took the precautions, all right? You watch any movie about selling drugs, and this is true, or ask any drug dealer. Just, ask to call them on the phone and start talking about product on the phone. Chances are they're going to hang up the phone on you and be like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, click. Right? Because through time, people have figured out, hey, they can tap my phone. They can they can hear my phone calls. They can now look at my text messages. They can see my MMS messages. WhatsApp is not secure. Shoot, if you look at it, they just caught some big time dude because the feds set up this app where they're like, oh yeah, it's totally untraceable. They can't find you. Oh, okay. And he's using this app talking about criminal activity, and now you're talking about a big time dealer, all right? Big time. I believe he was in the Middle East when he had gotten caught. I think it might have been Dubai, but I'm not 100% sure. He was living in a hotel. But any which way, the whole time that he was using this app, he was actually using the Fed's app. So the Feds didn't even have to trap his phone. He installed the app. He used it. He was told that it was untraceable, and he believed it. Here's the thing, guys. Had he just stayed off the friggin' phone to begin with, they would never have had it. Or move a little bit different with a different type of phone setup. That's besides the point. The point was, if you're going to break the law, criminals that I knew in the past, they used to tell me the easiest way to not get caught or to prolong getting caught is to figure out how you'll get caught and then take measurements to defeat that. Okay? And there's so much traffic out right now, it sucks. Anyways, guys, I feel as though I've taken up enough of your time this morning, and I don't want to feel like I'm preaching to you or anything like that. It's just, I don't want to see my people end up in situations that it's a no-win situation for you for a couple dollars. I mean, even at $100,000 a year, is it really worth a year, 2, 5, 10 in prison? Like, you need to think of the money that you're making. Is it really worth the prison time? Is it really worth the lawyer fees? Is it really worth the amount of money they're going to say they owe you? Or you owe them, rather. Because I can assure you, when it goes down, they're not going to take the low end. They're going to railroad you. They're going to bury you. And with the way things are looking right now in this economy, it's just money for them to go into whatever pot they want it to go into. So, just if you're doing that, I'm telling you now, try to stop. Try to get, at least repping for a company. At least open up your own dealership. If you can't open up your own dealership, maybe you got some friends that want to get involved with it, and you start teaching them how to do it, and you split it, like you start like a co-op dealership. And I can do videos on that too if you want to learn more about co-op dealerships and stuff like that. But just be ready, because in my opinion, if these videos that these guys are putting out, which is mind-blowing to me, like, I had to assume that they either don't know or they're too friggin' stupid to realize that they're basically putting their criminal activity on the internet. When they get caught, all that bragging and all that, oh, this is how you do this and this is how you do that, that's all going to get played in court. You buried yourself. You legitimately buried yourself. And the way their videos look, it doesn't look like they even think that they're doing anything wrong. And not knowing is not an excuse for breaking the law. You can't do 100 miles per hour down the expressway, get caught and be like, oh, I didn't know what the speed limit was. It is your responsibility to know the law. At the end of the day, you need to know it. You need to understand it and just be ready for it, because if you are breaking the law, be ready with the answers. Like here in Florida, if you get caught driving on a dealer tag, like right now I got 2 bags in the trunk, all right? So if I get caught, what the fuck? Yo, people are just losing their fucking mind, bro. But if I get caught, if I get pulled over right now and they pop that trunk and they see them bags, right? I already know the law. You are not supposed to use a dealer vehicle for personal use, okay? But here's what you can do. So I get pulled over, boom. Oh, well, you got 2 bags in the trunk. It looks like it's personal use. You got, your Monster or whatever in here. All right. So, you can't use this as a personal vehicle, and it really looks like you are. Actually, that's not true, officer. I just got this vehicle, and I'm going to let you know right now that I'm taking it on a test drive. What I like to do is test drive the cars for about anywhere from a week to a month before I put them up for sale. So this way I can ensure that I'm selling a quality product to my customers. So you're absolutely right. Are those my bags in the back? Absolutely, yes they are. Are they my personal bags? Absolutely. But don't misconstrue what you see here right now as me using this as a personal vehicle. I'm taking it to run errands to put miles on it because I'm test driving the vehicle. And even if it takes me a month, I'm still test driving it because I sell quality products. I want repeat customers. As a matter of fact, if you know anyone that's interested in buying a vehicle, I got a business card. You wouldn't mind sending them my way. You can now see that I do my due diligence when it comes to test driving vehicles and making sure that I have a quality vehicle to offer. That's the end of the story. I also know when I get pulled over that it's a fleet vehicle. So you can't ticket me for anything with the car in terms of like window tint, right? So if the window tint is too dark or the tires are wrong or whatever they want to give you tickets for like that, they can't. It's not your vehicle. It's a dealership's vehicle. It's a fleet vehicle. I am not responsible for that. Same thing with insurance. It's not my responsibility to keep insurance on the vehicles. It's a fleet vehicle. Now, if you don't know these laws and you get pulled over and the cop wants to be a whatever and just keep writing tickets, you're going to sign off or you're going to refuse to sign off, and then you're going to be going to court. Will it get thrown out? Probably, because at some point they're going to realize, hey, it's a dealership car, but you still have to pay the court fees. Even if things get thrown out, at least here in the state of Florida, you still pay court fees. And on top of that, you're still going to pay, you're going to lose a day of work or even just your time. Whatever you value your time, you're going to lose that. So keep that in mind, guys. Like, just know. So I got pulled over in the past. I was driving an Expedition, and the windows were absolutely blacked out. The tires, I don't know what they were saying about the tires. I don't know if they had they wanted to railroad me. So it started out with the personal vehicle thing, and at this point I had my work clothes in there, so they knew I was going to work, and they ended up calling backup. Now there's 4 cop cars. They got my car surrounded. And really this is all just to put on a show, okay? This is all just so this way they can feel really good about themselves. And they bring the female cop over, and I've always had less luck. It's been my experience dealing with police officers that, generally speaking, the the female ones are usually the ones that feel like they have something to prove, and they really try to go in on you. And it's very difficult to tell someone who's used to being in charge or used to always being right that they're wrong. And when she came up to the window and started telling me about all the tickets I was going to get, I said, you could, by all means, you can write the tickets, but let me just inform you of the law. This is a fleet vehicle, number one. Number two, it's a dealership vehicle. So even if I was to be held responsible for the window tints, I'm going to have them removed tomorrow. Secondly, even if I chose not to have them removed tomorrow, I'm a car dealer. Therefore, I have access to people that will write me receipts that I will bring to court, showing that it was removed even if it wasn't. Okay? Yes. Was that a stupid thing to say? Absolutely. Was I being a little bit cocky? Absolutely. You want to show your ass? I'm going to show my ass. All right? I was like, you guys said from the beginning that you pulled me over because of the tint, which means I did not break any traffic laws in regards to not signaling, not speeding. I didn't do anything like that. No moving violations. Therefore, any ticket that you give me, it's not going to stand in court. So she went back and spoke to somebody who spoke to somebody else. They had like a powwow, and she came back to the vehicle and she was like, I'm going to let you go with the warning. The tint better be removed tomorrow. I said, okay, thank you. I appreciate it. There's no need to be a dick to them. They are just doing their job. Sometimes they're overly aggressive. I get that. And I said, thank you. I told them to be safe for the evening. And I went on my way. Had I not known the law, they would have railroaded me right there. They could have impounded the vehicle if they really wanted to do their thing. It could have been a bad situation. So if you find yourself right now in a situation where you're still selling cars,
in a quarter mile, turn right onto West Columbus Drive.
The way that the not correct way, if you will, just be ready, guys, because if this new thing takes off, and it's going to take off on YouTube with how to flip cars with no dealer's license, it's going to catch the attention
right onto
of
West
somebody,
Columbus Drive,
and that person is going to start cracking down. All right? So if you're going to continue to do it,
in a quarter mile, turn right onto Jim Walter Boulevard.
Try to be slick with it, all right? Guys, I wish you nothing but the best. Your wins are my wins. This is what I do it for. Team Us. I know this was a little bit long video for a little bit of education, but again, like I said, if I could save just one of you guys from getting jammed up, it makes it worth it for me. And plus, you guys made my trip here a lot better, to be honest with you. So I want to say thank you guys.
Take the next right onto Jim Walter Boulevard, then turn right.
Taking the ride with me. I'm pulling up now. I'm at International Plaza. There is an Apple store here. Well, my doctor's here, but the Apple store's here.
Take the next right, then turn right.
I just like spending money on Apple. I don't know why, and that's bad advice, guys. Don't do that. Anyway, God bless. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Take care of your loved ones. Without a doubt, no one's promised tomorrow. Yo, let's do this thing, man. Team Us 100%. I'm out of here.